Hi friends, thanks so much for joining me today. So in today's card tutorial, we are actually going to be making a card that features some scraps. So this card came about because I had very little of this designer series paper remaining. I'm not even sure what it was called. It was like 2 catalogs ago maybe, and it was so pretty. Stamping Up didn't retire it for a while, but they have now. So I was trying to use it up, and I had a bunch of strips. So I said, oh, let's try this kind of design, and I like it. It's kind of fun. It's easy and it's fun. And you'll notice that I have some embossing on this white piece, and then I just have these strips. I added some leaves. This is actually from the Fern and Flora die cuts. And then this is also from the stamp set and the die. So I am using different products today, though. I am using the Delicate Dreams Designer Series paper. This just recently came out in March, maybe? April? I don't remember. But it's really, really pretty. And it was a sneak peek for us because it had one of the new in colors, which is Hydrangea Hue. So we're going to be using that. Just a couple of strips though. The stamp and dies that I'm using is Delicate Whispers. I am actually going to be using the stamp, this one here, and then we'll do some coloring, and then I'm going to die cut it. I also die cut a couple of extra pieces that I've already done that. So the sentiment that I'm using for this card is Sending You Hugs, which comes from Phrases and Frames. And it's this one right here. And I've already stamped and die cut that piece right there. And I use the dies. I use this beautiful oval scallop die, and it's got these little, not sure what those are on there, but they're really pretty. And I used our Impressions plate to give it that puffy, pillowy look. So we're going to use that also. So that's that. Okay, let me get started. So I'm going to start by stamping our image first. Take out my little pieces, and this is all you need. That's it. I've already embossed this piece, and yeah, so all right, let's get stamping first. I'm going to get my memento. Where is that memento? Should have had that ready, but I didn't. Okay, so I'm just going to flip that over, and I want to give it a minute or two to dry before I do the next step. So let's do that. Make sure I ink that good. Put it over something white so I can see. I think I need to re-ink my memento pad. Let's see how that works. There. And we'll just place that over it and stamp. All right, that came out good. I'm happy with that. All right, let's set that aside. We don't need it anymore. Let me clean this off quickly. And then I will stamp the sentiment on the inside. So we're going to do Sending Hugs on the inside. The outside we're doing Sending Hugs. The inside, I didn't decide yet. I think I'm going to do, oh, you know what? I actually need a belated birthday card because I forgot to send one out. That doesn't usually happen. So I'm going to use, I didn't forget your birthday. I just wanted it to last longer. Isn't that a fun sentiment? So we'll use that. All right, so let's put that aside. Let's let that dry and peel this off. Get that. It's a little not too easy. And stick it back in here. So, all right. And then let's get the sentiment out. I think it's this one. so we'll pick that up. And I think I have a piece of white in here. Yes, I do. And we'll stamp that with, let's stamp it going the right way. So we'll do, let's do Mossy Meadow. Okay. That doesn't happen often that I forget somebody's birthday, but it did. So that's what we'll do. Yeah, I'm going to close this. I was thinking I needed that open, but I do not. Quickly clean this. I think we're done with the stamping. All right, so let's set that aside. I do want to grab a piece of scrap paper. Let me put this on the inside. Do I want to put a strip down here, or do I just want to do that? I think I might add a little strip of that. Okay, so let me cut a strip here. Let me grab my paper trimmer, and we'll do, let's do this side. Probably, I think, 1/4 of an inch. Yeah, let's do 3/8. 3/8 right here. I know it's an odd number, odd measurement, but just need a little bit. All right, that's all I need you for. It's not even that much. So let's see. I'm gonna glue this down first. Put it on the side, on the bottom. I think the bottom. Where's my glue? Here it is. So I'm going to add a little bit of adhesive down here. And then we'll put this on, and then we'll trim it. Just line that up. Okay. And let's put this on the inside. And then we should be, and then I'm going to just put the pieces on the outside. And then lastly, I'll color that image. Line that up. Let's put this on the outside. And then we'll color our image after I put this on. I'll do that. So you could use any embossing folder. You can use any DSP for this. It's very versatile. It'll work with anything, any stamp set, dies. Sky's the limit, but just look through your scraps. Probably have something. All right, so I'm going to put this piece down. So what I did is I actually laid this down in the center of the card, and it was straight up and down. So I'm going to do that again. And I came up just a little bit more from the bottom. About there, I think. It's about center-ish. And then this piece was the one that I actually put on an angle. So I just used the same piece, but I cut it, I think this is 4 inches. The complete measurements will be in the newsletter tomorrow, though. So, just like so. Just gives it a nice little look to it, right? All right, so that is that. Let's set that aside. Now we can do some coloring. All right, so I am going to, actually, I'm going to use my Wink of Stella Hydrangea Hue and Old Olive to color this stamp. So I'm gonna just press my ink pad here just to get some ink on the tray. So we have a little ink on the tray. And then this is where I need my scrap paper, so we'll put that under here. I'm just gonna pick it up with my Wink of Stella. Dab a little off. And then let's zoom in. All right, let's go a little bit more. There we go. So I'm just going to come in with my Wink of Stella. And this is perfect because what it does is it adds color and shine all in one shot. But it will probably take a couple of minutes to dry. So I'll just keep going. I'll do one more. And then I'll switch to the green, to the Old Olive. Okay, make sure you wipe it off. Okay, I'm gonna close this up. Oh, that's so easy to close, those new stamp pads. Okay, and this one I didn't need to press because I already have some in here, so I'm just gonna pick it up again, and then we'll just color in the leaves. It just really brings out those leaves, I think, doing the Wink of Stella. Just really love how that looks. All right, so I'm going to leave it like that. I'll finish this off later. I did do one ahead of time just because I wasn't sure how long it would take to dry. I mean, it dries fairly quick, but you want to give it a good amount of time. So isn't that pretty though? You can see that shine there. All right, let me show you the one that's completely colored, and I've already die cut it. So you see that shine? I hope you could see it. I'm not sure if it's picking it up. A little bit. Anyway, it's there. It's beautiful. So you'll have to take my word for it. All right, so we're going to just put these together like so. And yeah, I think that looks good just like that. So I'm going to cheat though. I'm going to put these on with some dimensionals. There. And I'll hold it down with the dimensional. Although I may have to put some glue on it. Oops. Probably should zoom back out, right? There we go. So we're going to put this here, like so. Actually, let's not lay that down too much. Right here. Yeah, I think that would be good. All right, there we go. Staying right there. Just want to make sure I didn't. I did. I don't need a dimensional on this side. I probably should just have added some glue. So let's take that one off, and I'll add a little bit of glue because there's already a dimensional on this here. So we'll just add some glue instead. Oh goodness, that came out too much. Okay, I think I got it. Just going to hold it there for a second because it's popping up on me. Okay, then we're going to use our new 2026-2028 in color butterflies. Aren't these pretty? They have this sparkle to them, like an iridescent to them. So let's see. I think I'll put one of they're actually in 6 colors. They are the in colors, but they also included white, which I think looks perfect on there. And then maybe I'll add a little blue one right down here. Oops, I flipped over that. And then I'll put another white one. Actually, I put a nice big blue one over here, the hydrangea hue. So there you go. Fairly quick, easy card, right? It's so pretty, so pretty. Now let's bring in the other one again. So friends, thanks again for watching, for liking my video, for sharing it with your friends. And please be sure to subscribe if you're not a subscriber. I share videos every Tuesday, and I try to do a short video, a tip video actually, on Fridays. So be sure you're subscribed to my channel for both of those videos. Friends, thanks so much for watching again. I appreciate you and have a great day. Bye-bye.